Hey guys, what's up? I am Lauren, and today I am going to be going over some easy ways to incorporate witchcraft into your daily life. So the first thing that I want to get into is that I am reading from a script, just because I wrote it, obviously. But it's just a lot easier for me to be able to get all my thoughts and points out effectively if I have a little piece of paper that's telling me what each point is, because if I didn't have that, I would forget everything. The next thing that I want to talk about is that I am actually going to no longer be doing the Witch Talk compilations, just simply because I don't like doing them. I just don't enjoy doing them and making them, so I'm not going to be doing that anymore. So if that was the only reason you subscribed, then I'm sorry, but yeah. But anyways, let's just go ahead and jump into these ways. There are 8 very simple things that I have listed that you can very easily incorporate into your everyday life, and that will help you just bring a little bit of witchcraft into your everyday life when you're really busy or you don't know exactly what to do yet and you're just not far enough along to jump into more advanced things like actual spells and working with deities and stuff like that. So yeah, number 1 is daily affirmations, and I can do a separate video on these if you don't know exactly what they are or how to do them, but they are basically, you just say these out loud every day/night, and they're positive remarks that are generally about yourself. So things like every night before bed, you could say something like, I am beautiful, I am strong, I am brave, I am courageous, just stuff like that. And just constantly saying that, or not constantly, like I said, I would say it, I do it every night and every day, every morning and every night. My goodness. I can't speak today. But yeah, I do this every night and every morning, and I say just different affirmations, and you come up with these yourself, and basically whatever you are needing help with, like maybe confidence or self-love, you can just say to yourself every night and every day that I love myself, I am beautiful, I am perfect just the way I am, and stuff like that, and really just speaking it into existence, basically. And it's really easy, it takes like a few seconds. So yeah. Number 2 is to take notes and do research. Now this is one that can definitely take longer because obviously you are researching, and that can take a little while, but even just reading a book for 10 minutes every day and taking a little bit of notes on it, or even just reading it and trusting that you have effectively absorbed the information, can help, and it can go a long way in the long run. If you don't know specifically what books to be reading, honestly just look up beginner witchcraft books, and I'm sure that there is a plethora of those on the internet and things that you can easily read. And yeah. Number 3 is to go outside and be with nature. And this one is pretty self-explanatory, but even just going on like a 10-minute walk every day can really help to strengthen your bond with nature. And obviously witchcraft and Wicca and paganism specifically, if you are getting into Wicca or paganism, they are very nature-based. So when you go outside and spend time with nature often, it really helps to advance your relationship with nature and your understanding of nature and Mother Nature and stuff like that. So just going outside for 10 minutes a day is a great way to connect with the earth, and also grounding yourself while you're outside. I'm not going to be going over how to ground yourself, but it's pretty simple. You can just look it up on like YouTube or Witch Talk even, how to ground yourself, and I would recommend doing that often and going outside daily if you can. Number 4 is to stir sigils into your drinks, or say affirmations over your drinks. Also, sorry I keep messing with my hair. It's just everywhere. Anyways. Stir sigils into your drinks / say affirmations over your drinks. So basically, if you don't know what a sigil is, I'm not going to be explaining it specifically. Oh, low battery, sorry. I'm not going to be explaining sigils specifically in this video. That's just not what this video is. But I can make a separate video on them if you would like. And basically, if you know what sigils are, you can just stir them into your drink, and then be thinking about what that sigil is about as you're stirring it, and then drink it like normal. Or you can say affirmations over your drink, and if you are stirring like to the right, that means that you are trying to make something happen. If you're stirring to the left, that means that you're trying to unbind something. So yeah, that's basically it. So like if you are trying to wish confidence upon yourself or become more confident, then you would like stir to the right, which clockwise, you would stir clockwise, and you would as you are stirring, think of what you want to happen. And that's very easy. Just every time you get a drink, if you ever get a coffee, like I get 7-Eleven coffees very often, and whenever I'm at 7-Eleven, I always get a stir stick because I get a few flavors mixed together. And it's just very, very easy to do. It'll take a few seconds, and then you just drink normally. Number 5 is to burn incense / cleanse your space. Burning incense is very simple. Honestly, it is my favorite cleansing method because incense is very... it can be found at a lot of common places like Dollar Tree and Walmart and Target and stuff. It is oftentimes pretty affordable and easy to use. And so I would just honestly recommend burning incense and cleansing whenever you think it's necessary. Cleansing your space and cleansing your crystals, obviously, before and after you do spells. You need to cleanse all of your tools and stuff. But yeah, just burning incense every day, just for the smell of it, is, if you have a window open, that is still inadvertently cleansing your space oftentimes. Obviously intention is key, but it is still, you are still cleansing your space. So yeah, doing that often, just whenever you feel like you need it. And yeah, number 6 is to draw a daily tarot card. This is very, very simple. This will take you like literally 30 seconds, and just every single day, just draw a tarot card and ask your cards what your day will be like, and you're getting a nice heads up for what your day is going to be like, and you are drawing a tarot card every day, which is a great way and an easy way to incorporate some witchcraft into your everyday routine. Again, it'll take like 30 seconds. It will not take very long. Number 7 is to do daily meditation, and sometimes with crystals. So if you are trying to work on self-love, I would recommend meditating with some rose quartz in your hand and meditating with that. Just different things like that, meditate with a crystal that has the qualities that you are trying to get for yourself. And if you don't have any crystal, that's fine. Just meditating daily is very important. Meditation is a big part of witchcraft. And it's very good for you. It has a lot of proven health benefits in general. So just even taking like 2 minutes to meditate a day, just starting. Just when you wake up in the morning, just like lay there for an extra 2 minutes with your eyes closed and just focus on your breathing. At the very core, meditation is just focusing on your breathing, especially when you are just starting out with it. Your mind is cleared, you are not thinking of anything other than your breathing, and that's kind of it. And just do that for like 2 minutes a day. And then once you start getting used to that, you can look up like guided meditation on YouTube and things like that. But meditation is often pretty simple if you are good at sitting in silence and focusing on nothing, which I know can be difficult sometimes. But if you're good at that and if you have time for it, it's very, very useful to work your way up to meditating for longer periods of time a day. Number 8, which is our last tip. Sorry, again, I keep messing with my hair. Ooh. But number 8, which is again the last tip, is to go on Witch Talk or Witchy Instagram. Witch Talk is not always the most reliable source of information. So you do need to be careful with that, because a lot of times people who are beginners will be on Witch Talk and will say things that are not true, and maybe they're not trying to spread misinformation, but even if that's not your intention, that is still what is happening. It happens a lot on Witch Talk. So be careful when you're on Witch Talk. Do not trust every single piece of information that a person puts out. Sometimes it can be wrong. It just happens sometimes. Be careful. Same with Instagram. But even if you have like no motivation to do anything witchcraft related, and you just want to do nothing, just even going on Witch Talk, which can also be very entertaining a lot of the times. Just going on Witch Talk just to have some relationship and some interaction with witchcraft at all throughout your day, I still think can be beneficial. And it's probably the easiest thing to do because it's a source of entertainment. Like, it's fun to go on Witch Talk. And it's still, even just that little bit, it still incorporates witchcraft into your everyday routine. So I would recommend doing that. Or again, if you don't have TikTok, I know a lot of people don't have TikTok. If you don't have TikTok and you have Instagram, I would recommend like just looking up witchcraft hashtag on Instagram. And if you don't have Instagram, you can always look up witchcraft content on YouTube. That's what you're watching right now. So you must have a YouTube account or you must have access to YouTube. So I would recommend just looking up witchcraft on there, on YouTube, on the interwebs, just anywhere. even if they're videos that are just mainly meant for entertainment purposes, it still just gives you that little bit of interaction with witchcraft that you otherwise would not have gotten at all that day. So I would still recommend doing that if you don't want to do anything else or can't do anything else. Another big thing is that you do not have to practice, or you don't have to interact with witchcraft every single day. There will be days that you do nothing that relate to witchcraft, and that's okay, completely. While witchcraft and learning about witchcraft is obviously a commitment, you do not have to cast spells and work with, well, if you have deities, you do obviously have to keep up with deities. So yeah, but you do not have to be casting spells and collecting rainwater every time it rains and meditating with crystals for an hour and stuff like that every single day. You just don't. There are going to be days, like I said, that you don't do anything relating to witchcraft, and that is okay, and you need to remember that that's completely and totally fine, so do not worry about it. Learning about witchcraft is oftentimes very, very overwhelming. There is so much to learn about and so much to know that is just hard to learn sometimes. And yeah, it's very overwhelming, and that's completely okay. And just remember to take your time and learn the way that's best for you. If you learn best by reading books and taking notes, then read books and take notes. If you learn best from watching videos, then try and find as many witchcraft related videos as you can. There are a lot on the internet. You just have to be careful with who you're trusting and if the information is reliable, which can be very hard to determine a lot of the time, but you'll get the hang of it. Cross-referencing is a big thing between books and different articles. Cross-reference your information and stuff like that and see what works for you, really. A lot of witchcraft is very personalized. A lot of it is not set in stone. A lot of it is malleable to your needs and what fits you and what suits you. Just like, cleansing. There are a million different ways you can cleanse a space and cleanse items. You can cleanse a space with sound, you can cleanse it with smoke, smudging tools if you are indigenous. If you are not, then you don't smudge and you don't use white sage, of course. But there are so many ways that you can do certain things, and a lot of things are just going to depend person to person. So remember that. It's very important. Also, do not jump into more complex things if you are a beginner. Do not start with deity work. Don't do it. No. It is too advanced for somebody who is a beginner witch. It just is. Don't jump into deity work. Don't jump into spells immediately either. Wait until you really think that you know what you're doing to start with spells, because spells can very easily backfire, and it's very bad if they backfire. You don't want to have a spell that backfires. Don't jump into just hexing. Don't start witchcraft just so you can hex that one person and then never do anything with witchcraft again. Because if your only intention with witchcraft is to hex a person, chances are you're not going to actually take the time to learn the fundamentals that you need to in order to correctly hex a person, and it's going to backfire, or it's just not going to work. So be careful with that. But yeah, that was it. Those were all the notes that I had on this video. But yeah, just take your time with it. Don't jump into things that are not made for beginners. Be very careful with that. And remember to stay safe, set up protection, and meditate when you can, because meditation is very useful. And yeah, that is it for this video. I hope that you found this very useful. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments down below. And if you have any video suggestions, also leave those in the comments down below. And if you have any recommendations for other beginner witches of things that you do that are simple, and that you use to incorporate witchcraft into your daily life very easily, then of course feel free to leave those in the comments. And that is all for this video. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.